no one is telling the truth about this. And the truth is that blasphemy carries the death penalty in Islam. We are under a de facto blasphemy law, an Islamic blasphemy law in this country. We have been going back to the Rushdie affair. It's the reason nothing is ever done about crime. Rape gangs, for example, nothing is done about them because violence from Muslims will be the response. The threat of violence, it comes from the fact that the Islamic faith imposes the death penalty for blasphemy and apostasy. And that's why here in the UK, thanks to massive Muslim immigration, we now have this: threats of death, danger, censorship, violence, threats of violence. We have ex-Muslims who can't live freely and in safety because apostasy carries a death penalty. That's where it comes from. And that's why we appease Muslims all the time. Always, we always give in, whether it's on grooming gangs or FGM or child marriage or forced marriage or any of the other horrors associated with this religion. We always give in. And we give in because we don't really know what we're dealing with here as a society. And we're frightened of it because we are a civilized society, or we were. So we don't really know what to do when thugs threaten us with violence, when there's this constant background noise of do what we say or else. We don't quite know what to do with it. So to keep the peace, the Islamic version of peace, we give in every time. But until we start telling the truth, we're just going around in circles. And we're going further and further and further into violence and censorship. Our free country is not free. And don't forget about this. Don't let COVID and globalism and all the other issues that we face make you forget about this. This is still here. And it's still as important as it was before COVID and all the restrictions and all the loss of freedom we suffered. And Agenda 2030 and all of these things that rightly concern us. Don't forget about this. It's still there. It's still important. And it's becoming more and more important. And I'll tell you why. All those people, thousands and thousands and thousands, coming in here illegally on the Kent coast and elsewhere, Muslims. And they are being distributed around the country. So nowhere will be left untouched by this. That's a problem. That's what's going to happen. And even little towns like Linton-on-Ouse in Yorkshire are about to find out that nowhere will be left untouched by this. This matters. The truth of it matters. Now it's time, it really is time someone started talking about this in the mainstream media. It is time, but they won't. And that is a huge part of the problem. And they won't talk about it because they're afraid to talk about it. And are, in being afraid, admitting that what I say and what others say is true. And they can't allow us to be right. Keep telling the truth about this. Understand its importance and understand that unless we confront the truth and unless we close the borders to this, this is our future. Violence, segregation, censorship. It's our present, but it's certainly going to be worse in the future. Speak up. We need the truth. No more Islamic censorship. Let's have some courage.